Welcome back inside Iroquois Park Sports Centre in beautiful Whitby, Ontario. And it's moving day at the 2025 President's Cup. Day 3, game number 3, and the playoff picture is starting to look a little more clear. Pat Gregoire joined along with Matt Carrick, and let's take a look at our players to watch.
Yeah, Thunderhill not in the lineup yesterday, gets a day off, but look what he did in the Ontario series this year, earning the MVP status with 92 points, nearly a 50-goal spot through just 22 games. One of the younger players on this Rivermen lineup, not draft eligible just yet, but really a big force. Watch for the outside shot on the left side.
Well, if you're speaking of outside shots on the left side, let's go to the other side, the right side, in Austin Shanks, someone who is going to need to be marked all night.
Yeah, if you don't know this name, you haven't really been paying attention to a lot of lacrosse. To be quite honest with you, going to breathe fresh air into this Saskatchewan team that's 0-2 coming into the day. Not sure that's going to be enough to perhaps push them over the limit and, get into the medal rounds. As the opening faceoff, that looked like it was almost conceded there by Saskatchewan. But, yeah, Austin Shanks really going to help out this Saskatchewan team.
Yeah, a team that needs an offensive punch, and one of the best righties in the game going to join this SWAT team for the second game. But it's going to be Six Nations starting with the ball first. An inside look, great. We're going to call that one crease, as Greg Elijah Brown almost scored our first goal with just about 20 seconds into it. And that pass is passed away. It's Brooker Miar picks up the loose ball. A mainstay for this Rivermen defense, who just finds themselves constantly at this President's Cup championship. Davin Miller with the ball now. He's going to swing atop the cross, gets it over to Tyler Brown. Brown over at Thunderhill. As Matt said, the OSL MVP in just his first year. That's a great check. Shot clock expiring, and a couple of big stops early on. As Loudon Choptuk shuts the door on the Rivermen. First settled offensive possession for Saskatchewan. The Roadrunners, they're going to get it into the ball of Austin Shanks. Going to swing it over to the lefties now. That's London Cups. Cups, the captain, the big frame, boxes out his man, running out of time. 6 seconds. That one's going to go wide. And the first defensive stand for the Rivermen is going to be a 30-second clock kill.
I know there's not a lot of stats to be had for this Saskatchewan team, but Cups is their statistical leader as well. So you've got high-powered offense now on the right side. He lines up on the left, and to get it back and forth on both sides really going to help this Saskatchewan team.
There's an outside shot from Miller, who had himself a strong game yesterday. Believed he walked away with a hat trick, 2 of them on the power play. And Saskatchewan will get cooking with their second offensive possession. They're going to go without Shanks on this set. Little toe drag, shovel feed, nice creative play by Cody Laforme. There's 5 seconds on the clock here, and back-to-back possessions with no shots. And here comes the Halifax Thunderbird, Austin Bloombergs. He takes a shot, but turned aside once again. Choptuk up to the task early on here. As a cross-floor pass is intercepted, Thunderhill skips it to the far side. That one's turned aside from Bloombergs. He's going to stay in play. He played a little offense in the UCBLL, in the NCBS series. Bloomberg, flip pass to the middle. Bomberry can't get it. Hill does. He just throws that one on cage, and Choptuk been a busy man early on here in Whitby. As Shake's going to pick this ball up, he's going to have to find it before that 8-second violation. And this is one thing that Saskatchewan has struggled with all week long, is breaking out. And let's be honest, even some of the top teams this tournament have a hard time with the forecheck that the Rivermen have, as Zach Hairwires, his first bit of the game goes wide.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this is a team that's kind of put together by Saskatchewan, haven't played together. Yeah. We've talked about the grinding schedule here. No time really for any sort of practice, any time of real floor work. You can sit down and watch video from time to time, but really would benefit from extra floor time, I'm sure, this Saskatchewan team.
It certainly will, and I know some teams looking for that extra floor time, some practice. The Edmonton Miners headed to the outdoor box of Peel Park Any folks from the Durham region definitely knows that old school outdoor pad. As Tyler Brown's going to get this off to David Anderson, who's leading this Rivermen team in goals. Comes into this game, just 2 games played, already 9 goals.
Yeah, his outside rip has been absolutely lethal, including, was it 6 to open the tournament on opening night against Snake Island.
As Brooker Muir picks off that pass, is just going to fire this over as we have a delayed penalty coming up. Ty Belanger going to head to the bench here.
Saskatchewan still have 6 guys out there.
Hey, well, if you already had 6, just keep the 6 guys out there. Now we're going 6-on-6. The very rare 6-on-6. I think you and Shanny had a 6-on-6 the last time JVI.
And of course, it was the Prezi, yeah.
The last time the JVI Sports Network had the President's Cup in Oakville. That was a great tournament. This one's turning out to be a great tournament. I know there was some discussion, Matt, about the format this year, having the 2 pools. It's not quite the grind that we've seen in previous years. The Prezi, though, still one of the best tournaments around.
I mean, playing a game every day for 6 days, that sounds grind enough to me. Like, we're in here for all 4. So a grind for our team, too. Shout out JVI. But, yeah, I still think, ask any one of these players, they'll tell you it's still a grind.
Big stop turned aside by Chuptik's left shoulder. And another one as the big mitt shuts that one down. And Kenny Aaron just going to take a play out of the hockey icing and dump that one down. Six Nations going to have another chance. They're going to try to open this game up. 5 minutes in, no goals here. Anderson, outside shot. Once again, this time from the belly pad of Chuptik. 2 white shirts just going to easily pick up that loose ball as Anderson flips that over to Miller. Miller, one of the veterans on this team. Back up to Anderson. Greg Elijah Brown, he takes a shot. And Chuptik says, not today.
Already seeing Saskatchewan look like they're trying to conserve energy here in this first period. You saw with that icing play and then not really chasing that loose ball out to the boards. And I think it's more just they're looking for a 60-minute complete effort here. There have been some blowout losses for them, especially on day number 1, and it's really because they got tired in the third. So I think a full 60 might be a better showing here in this game if they can make it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Matt. That's
and a much fuller bench today, too, by the way.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest roster that I've seen so far. Haven't had a chance to call this Saskatchewan team. Watched on the JVI Sports Network, though. And this is by far the biggest bench they have. But you could definitely tell that there is a point of energy conserving as Duncan Elliott, the head coach of this Saskatchewan team. But make no mistake, I've seen Austin Shanks out there doing a fair bit of coaching as well. As Thunder Hill's going to be, that's Annalitas Doxtater as he takes that shot on the run. And Six Nations going to corral this now. Only 10 seconds left now on this power play as Tyler Brown's going to slow things down. Get this over to Hairwires. Brown, skip feed. And can't corral that ball. As Saskatchewan's going to have their first successful kill. I heard Joe Sullivan, one of the commentators for our great JVI team here, he said, it's all about the little wins, and I think that's a victory right there. And Shanks almost gets the game's first goal.
And you know what? That's still a good look for Austin Shanks to get it in his ball and get the shot.
There's a shot turned aside. As Mason Hill using the Woody. We still haven't seen, at least I haven't seen a Woody goal yet. I believe the President's Cup doesn't score until we see a Woody goal. There's David Anderson now. Fight for that loose ball.
There's a few things on the bingo card we have yet to take off here.
There, quick stick turned aside. As Chuptik, we don't have the shots count going, but he's turned that one aside and gets a little lucky on that one. But Danton Miller, oh no. Jeremy, not one of the officials, going to say no. It's going to go the way of Saskatchewan.
Someone in the chat predicting Choptuk's going to make 100 saves today.
Well, he might be on pace. He'll have the toughest chance here. In all alone, shot, and scores. We get the game's first goal. Thunder Hill looking a little more like lightning on that one.
Really does. Played his junior with Six Nations, traded to St. Catharines in his final year, and then, as we said, lit up Senior B in his first season Talked about his outside shot, but how about the moves?
Yeah.
Keeping the feet out of the plane. This will be a great angle of it while reaching back. Not a huge player to draw that stick back in front of the goaltender, but with his momentum, able to finish a really nice goal for the opener.
Yeah, NLL goal, summer ball goal. I know that's been a hotly contested subject over the last couple of weeks. As Saskatchewan's going to have their first opportunity now on the power play as Austin Shakes takes a healthy whack on the knee from Austin Bloombergs. They'll get the extra attacker out. I believe that is the big captain with the ball now, as that one goes awry, and Six Nations going to pick up the ball. As Saskatchewan will have their first chance at a power play. Matt, it's Bloomberg's going to sit down for 2 or less.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Thunderhill goal, though, because it's set up by Brooker Muir, who I said on opening night, he seems like he's played about 10 years of senior ball at this time, too, if not more. And really a guy who goes after the dirty areas of the floor, picks up the loose balls, can start that transition for the Rivermen. I mean, to still be doing it after this long, I love those guys that are still in this tournament and have been here forever.
There's a shot and scores. Stepan Friedel. Quick work for Saskatchewan. They don't need a lot of time to get cooking on the power play as Austin Shanks gets a credit with the assist.
Well, Friedel put his name on the world stage at the Box Lacrosse Championships with Czechia last year, and just given a little bit too much time and space there with Ty Logan. Not sure if he should go to the outside for the man in the corner from the crease or take the shooter, and just gets there a little bit late. Friedel does have a big shot from the outside, shows it off there, and we're tied 1-1.
And this here is where, if you're Six Nations, you cannot get into bad habits here. You've got to work on your offensive sets, your defensive principles. Just because you're playing a team with a short bench, of course, there's a debate out there if you fill the net because of goal differential.
Sure.
I think you still got to play the game.
Well, the way the pool sets up with Snake Island winning today, going up to 3-0, goal differential in this pool probably going to get thrown out of the window anyways. And that is the fear and the temptation. Like you said, bad habits going into the day that matters tomorrow.
A rebound picked up and scores. Ross Hill in the right place at the right time. Picks up the garbage, puts that one home.
Yeah, Saskatchewan has struggled with loose balls in this tournament, and that's another one right there. This is about 3 or 4 opportunities. First one, Thunderhill got one before that. Rebound pops back out, and right on the doorstep is Ross Hill, able to make a pretty good finish. But I mean, when you're forcing your goaltender to make that many saves, and eventually he's going to get out of position, some of those rebounds need to go back your way.
There's no doubt about that. Those secondary chances, the money possessions, as a friend of the program, John Dondal, always talks about.
Well, and that's why they're called that, right?
Cash in.
Get the defense back on their heels. No time to set.
Inside cut, and that one's too easy for the Rivermen. Greg Elijah Brown, the 2025 NLL draft prospect, gets his first goal of the game.
Yeah, I know you're pretty high on Greg Elijah Brown. A nice little cut through the middle here. And a couple defenders caught with their backs to the ball. Don't even really see Elijah Brown cutting through. And like you said, he's going to be a nice piece to add to somebody's practice roster, I think, coming into the NLL draft.
And the thing I like about Greg Elijah Brown's game is he can play both sides of the ball. I believe it was a couple of years ago, was used as a little more of a transition piece for this Rivermen team, but now is stepping more into an offensive role, and I think he's completely embracing it. Feels a little more at home out the O-door. Saskatchewan looking to reply here, as that's a heavy outside shot from Cody LaForme. And here come the Rivermen. Brooker Muir finds Hill from the outside, scores! Thunder Hill making his presence early and often, scores his second goal of the game.
And it's another one set up by the transition of Brooker Muir, but we saw his moves on the crease. Watch him come on his wrong side. Still kind of a little bit top side, but that's a shot from his wrong side, down towards the feet of the goaltender. And, I mean, he's got pinpoint accuracy, and he's got a lot of mustard behind it, too, when he decides he wants to rip.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools in his bag. There's no doubt about that. As that ball goes a little errant, but Six Nations able to corral it. As Hill's going to fight through a couple of hard checks, throws a pump. That one almost trickles through. But Chuptuk's able just to get enough there. Hoffman's going to bring this across the floor. Saskatchewan will get their first settled possession what it seems like a few minutes here. As that pass goes awry. And loose ball picked up now by Six Nations. Odd man rush. Doxtator, that goes off the foot of Chuptuk and out. Ball going to stay with Six Nations. Greg Elijah Brown start this possession off down low. Going to swing this over to Tyler Brown. Brown waiting, looking, shot. That one goes off the shoulder of Chuptuk. Doxtator and Brown fighting through. Going to be a interference call. Saskatchewan will get a possession here.
Little mix-up in the middle lane. Denoncourt and Davin Bomberry, a couple of shoves for each other, so we'll keep an eye on that. And Bomberry, not the guy I want to be shoving with.
Absolutely not. As the ball's going to get over to the lefties now. Little flip feed. Oh, nifty. Shovel shot goes wide and transition opportunity now the other way. As Ty Logan inside feed shot goes wide, but gets into the stick of David Anderson. He's going to find Thunderhill. Waits as that shot's turned aside from Chuptuk. Slowing things down is the Rivermen. The runners-up from the Ontario Series. Mainstays at this tournament. Anderson with a silky stroke, though, but turned aside from the Woody of Chuptuk. Long bomb feed. That one goes well past his target as Belanger is going to put this back up floor, and Six Nations going to have another extended possession here. Hill over to Brown. Brown down the alley, waiting, looking, feeding. Inside, Zach Arrowayer's looking, dancing. That one goes wide, and I think he steps in the crease anyways. That's turned aside. 7:42 to go. Six Nations leads 4-1. Pat Gregoire here with Matt Carrick on the JVI Sports Network. Day number 3, game number 3 of the President's Cup here in Whitby, Ontario. Glad to have everyone join here. Dump it. 10. Shanks. That bid's turned aside. Has a couple of choice words for the official. Here comes Bloomberg. Dancing, waiting, shot. That goes wide. Greg Elijah Brown can't get to that ball. And Saskatchewan's got numbers here. Here goes Shanks. Over to Laforme. Laforme back to Shanks. Oh, can't hold on to that one. And Shanks going to hold on to this ball. Very familiar with this arena, Matt. Playing his junior ball. Played some senior ball here as well. As Brooker Muir just uses pure raw strength to box out his man. Breakaway opportunity now. Kessler Doodle goes wide, picks up his own rebound, but he's going to step inside the crease.
Yeah, that was Shanks trying to get back on defense, and thought Saskatchewan used him well in that last offensive set. Not just getting the ball to him, but while he was moving. You know, the eyes of the defense of the Rivermen are going to be on number 16. So how do you get him in open space for Saskatchewan?
There's a shot that just goes wide from the stick of number 2. Don't think I've got a number 2. Oh, actually, Vincent Cree switched to his number. As the sharpshooting continues for David Anderson, make it number 10 at the Prezi.
Yeah, his incredible run continuing here, like you said. And, I mean, that's just all kinds of time and space. And 2 Rivermen get behind the defense on back-to-back plays there already. A lot of let's go, a lot of hooping and hollering over on that Saskatchewan bench. As much as they want to conserve energy, they want to keep it high.
Yeah.
Energy in the legs, but mind and soul energy, I guess, as this game progresses.
Easy face-off win from Aiden Fern, who's been a face-off whiz at every level he's played in. Oh, my goodness. Zach Hairwires gets his first goal of the game, and it's an absolute beauty.
Yeah, it was only going to be a matter of time before we saw Haywires put one in here in this game. Good for about a couple per night here at the Prezi and right on the doorstep. Nice pickup. Nice job as well to just get in the way from Ross Hill, because Hairwires can easily get pushed into the crease there or worse.
Yep.
And good job kind of setting a screen before the ball even arrives.
Resident BC boy Jake Elliott's not here, so we don't have to call it a corkscrew. That's a twister finish. No sub shots either. Jake Elliott finishing for the day. I believe Matt Carrick, you're going to have the call with Lucas Arger here tonight for the 8 p.m. game, the nightcap for tonight. Winnipeg, the Blizzard, taking on the host, the Ontario champions, Brooklyn Merchants. And I've got to say, Matt, I've been thoroughly impressed. I've seen the Merchants play a few times this year, but the last couple of games, they've looked really sharp. And talking to people with that team, Ryan Degger, the head coach, said, we feel like we haven't even really played our best yet.
It's pretty much the best I've seen them look all season. It feels like they're progressing.
Yeah.
Not just through the season to get to this tournament, but then through the tournament to get where they want to go, which is obviously the main event on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. That's going to be the gold medal game, and they want to be part of that. The schedule coming up today, like you said, Brooklyn taking on Winnipeg, which that's for Brooklyn to go 3-0 in the pool, which they want to do to face Saskatchewan tomorrow in the crossover game.
Yeah, that first seed is oh so important. Obviously, to get one of these teams here, there's a great chance, probably the best chance we've seen in a few possessions here, as Maxwell Breining's turned aside. Dockstader, his sidearm rip is turned behind the back, full floor feed to Shanks. Shanks just missed that right-hand corner. Here comes Dockstader. He's going to look for options. He's got a couple of good ones. Gets to Brown. Brown backs to Docktator. Quick sticks turned aside by Chuptuck. And here comes Saskatchewan. Brooker Muir going to track back in transition. Gets this over to Friedel. Friedel already with one goal in that yellow head. Over to the far side. Brining outside shot. That's blocked by Six Nations. That's one of the things they do so well. Out the back door. Block shot, behind the back feed in transition. Brooker Muir can't beat Chuptuck. Is down the other way. Here comes Saskatchewan.
I always thought the rule was if the assist was that pretty, you had to bury. But back-to-back trips down the floor now, not the case.
They're coming up empty-handed as Shank's going to set a fake seal. Whipping around here is Saskatchewan. Good possession. Shanks, quick stick. Denied by Belanger. The Rivermen is going to pick up this possession here. They'll get a full complement of their offensive players. Tyler Brown, bounce pass over to Hill. Looking, waiting, back to Brown. Brown, outside shot, and that is silky smooth finish from Tyler Brown. He has been facilitating so far at the President's Cup. That's a goal scorer's goal, Matt.
Yeah, and a lot of movement through the middle. At one point, 2 Rivermen players cut through and crashed into each other, but doing a really good job of just kind of keeping Saskatchewan and the goaltender guessing where it's going to come from. Because there's so many weapons, you really can't. Well, I know we talked about Austin Shanks on the other side.
Yeah.
Complete flip side of the coin if you're Saskatchewan here, where you really have to figure out where the shot's going to come, especially if you're the goaltender from the outside. And that's not easy to do. That's not, it's a problem if you're a goalie against the Rivermen.
Yeah.
Really, even here in Ontario, we've seen goalies get lit up by this team.
Yeah, there's no denying that the Rivermen, each and every year, it seems.
Right.
Like they have a ton of Offensive talent, defensive talent. This year, though, inside feed, Hairwires looks for Brown. He tries to get his second goal of the game. Just 2 goals on the tournament, but up to 10 assists for Brown. He has been that quarterback for this offense. But, one thing hearing Jay Smith talk about, on the Creators Game podcast, saying that they kind of went with a little bit of a younger group for the Rivermen. They still have some of the veterans like the Brooker Muirs that you mentioned, the Danton Millers, but they recognize that they have to start bringing in some younger players. And I think now with the NLL rule, they only allowed 3 NLLers. You have no choices. We'll get to this in 1 second. Transition chance once again. Here comes Muir. Shot and scores. You are not going to deny Brooker Muir far too often, as finally he breaks through, gets his first goal of the game.
And here I thought we were getting that first Woody goal with Mason Hill rushing down. When you stopped the story, I knew you and I thought the same thing. Elects to pass back to Muir, and again, that's just a lot of time and space, and Rivermen are picking their chances here when they're going to push transition and another 3-on-1.
And Matty, what I want to say there too, as much as probably everyone watching at home, you and I would love to see the Woody goal there, that's the right pass.
Of course.
And this is what building good habits for. Because if this is a close game, that's the right play. Find that trailer, hit the trailer. That's what you want to do. We're going to see in these games, when these games do get a little bit out of control, that's when those bad habits develop. We hear it all the time. Players looking to get their cookies. That was not the case there. Really nice.
And a coach would be fine with the Woody shot there in, later in the third period if things get out of hand or whatever. As long as the player knows that that's not going to develop to a bad habit. I'm going to try it once. It might work, it might not, but now that the game is no longer in question, we're okay to try that.
There's an inside chance here. Big body once again. The captain, little bouncer. That one doesn't go. Just wide as Kenny Cups not able to convert. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Chance there. That one's blocked once again. Jacob Kranz getting in front of that one. I just mentioned it, but Six Nations, they soak up a lot of shots. Miller, he's got the ball in that stick. We know he's got a heavy shot. That one's turned away, though, as Brown's going to pick up that loose ball. Ball behind the net with Bomberry. Bomberry over to Brown. Brown uses it as screen, swings it over the lefties, gets it back. We get a moving pick. And Saskatchewan dodges a bullet there. That was a good opportunity for Saskatchewan. $1:30 to go here in the first period. The Rivermen hold a 8-1 lead over Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan will get a possession now here. Laforme looking for options. He decides to shoot that one himself. Doesn't get through. And here comes Belanger. Finds Muir. Muir gets to his right side. Or sorry, that's now Muir has the ball. He takes it. That one's turned away. But Muir picks up the loose ball. That guy is an absolute beast. Doesn't matter if they're up 8-1 or down 8-1. The guy only knows one speed. Anderson, hidden ball trick. Gets that back over to Greg Elijah Brown. Over to Haywires. Haywires sweeps the top. That one goes wide. Belanger runs for the ball, and he's not going to get there for over and back.
Now that would have been a Prezi highlight.
Timeout called for Saskatchewan as they'll look to chalk something up here.
You mentioned the Rivermen blocking shots. So why do they block shots? I had a coach tell me, shooters aren't trying to hit you if you're a defender. They're trying to score.
Yep.
So that's all about that, IQ. Where's the shot going to come from? Where am I best positioned so my goalie's got a good look so that I'm minimizing the angle and the best play of the shooter and putting yourself in that good enough position and doing it at the right time as well, while also trying to account for everybody else on the floor. And that's the difference between teams that are on one level versus the other ones that are on an elite level, championship chasing teams.
Well, I don't think we can talk about champions and block shots without talking about the Buffalo Bandits, three-time defending NLL champions, who block shots no better than any other team in lacrosse, and we're now seeing other teams start to emulate it. And then penalty kill, they're putting 2 guys on those pipes, almost acting as if they're a second goalie. We're seeing teams, and it's not just about blocking the shots, Matt. Like you said, it's deterring or giving that shooter a second look now. Okay, am I supposed to take the shot? Should I take this shot? And sometimes we see it just go wide of the net as Saskatchewan just over 30 seconds to cook something up here. As Laforme, he sweeps the top. Little miscommunication on the set piece. Belanger looks for an option. He finds Aiden Farron. Aiden Farron can't hold on to that. As 15 seconds left to go. Saskatchewan's still going to have this. Austin Shanks now with the ball. Pump fake, waits, looks. He's got 7 seconds. He needs to shoot here. Little flip shot blocked by Austin Bloomberg, and that is going to do it for the first 20 minutes. The Rivermen hold a convincing 8-1 lead over Saskatchewan after 20.
Yeah, they do, and to be expected, I think, coming in, we sort of, if you've watched the tournament, the way that it's gone, and these two teams, you kind of knew that Rivermen would come out big and come out early, but at the same time, I was okay with the effort from Saskatchewan there, and I was okay with what they're trying to do, conserve their energy and still be around in the final, 5-10 minutes of the third period, rather than, all out like they were in the first game and then have nothing left at the end.
It's all about winning those little battles, having those small victories. We'll see if Saskatchewan has any more of those small victories in the second period. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Join us for second period action here at the 2025 President's Cup on the JVI Sports Network.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey, and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again. At Special Benefits Insurance Services, we're more than just an insurance agency. We're a family proudly serving Canadians nationwide since 1993. For over 30 years, we've helped families and individuals find the right health, dental, and travel insurance, always with friendly expert advice that's completely free. Whether you're planning a trip, protecting your health, or making sure your loved ones are covered, we're here with clarity, care, and decades of trusted experience. Special Benefits Insurance Services, where family values meet trusted guidance. Visit us today at sbis.ca. Town Brewery is based right here in Whitby and focused on strengthening our community through good work and good times. Check out the brewery just around the corner at Brock in Victoria, where they brew tons of lagers, sours, and IPAs. And if you've never been, be sure to hit up the Pump House Town waterfront location just down the street on the shores of beautiful Lake Ontario.
Welcome back to Iroquois Park Sports Centre for the 2025 President's Cup. A lot of goals, a lot for the Rivermen, Matt.
Yeah, pretty one there to start from Thunderhill. And started with a lot in transition. Here's going to be the lone one from Saskatchewan. Stephen Friedel from the outside. Thought he had a pretty good period. And then we talked about the rebounding and loose ball control and the need for Saskatchewan to get more. And also the good job that Six Nations had done getting in and providing themselves with those extra opportunities and capitalizing when they got them. Here's more transition led by Brooker Muir. Second one for Thunderhill coming off the bench. Just a little flash. Still haven't really seen his A shot today, or from this guy, if he decides that he wants to get it going. Things could turn ugly here, but just I thought a really good period, like you said, for Six Nations, just keeping their head, keeping their habits clean, and prepping for a game tomorrow, which, with Snake Island winning today and getting that 3-0, first place in the pool is out of reach now. So you're playing in the crossover game. You're going to get a good team tomorrow. And you're going to have to fight your way all the way if you want to get to that gold medal game. So it would either be Allegheny or Ladner, depending on what happens here.
Well, pick your poison at that point. Both really good teams. When you look at Allegheny at 2-1, even Ladner at 1-2, tough competition there. Ladner, the 3-time defending champ, sure, their roster maybe not as littered with talent, but a team that knows what it takes to win. So a tough draw, whichever way you look at it. That's why first place, Matt, is so important here this year with the pool play at the 2025 President's Cup. Pat Gregoire here with Matt Carrick on the JVI Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in for second period action. We've got the Rivermen of Six Nations up 8-1 over Saskatchewan. Six Nations starts with the ball here. Swim move by Haywires. That's turned aside. The ball goes awry. Danton Miller going to battle for a loose ball and say he just pats it down. Chance here for the SWAT. Breakaway in all alone. Ty Belanger says not right now. Behind the back feed. Bounces away from Belanger. He taps his head, says that's on me. Saskatchewan will have a chance after.
I'd love to watch that transition. Sorry, Patty.
No, you're
about
good.
12 minutes from now, because Belanger didn't have a lot to do in that first period.
Yeah.
So if he gets kind of out of the zone, when you come out of the locker room, you're locked in, and that you can close that 5-hole in transition, but you have a better shot at it later.
A loose ball picked up from the big body and Tyson Bomberry as he just pushes aside his opponent. Slow transition break. Davin Bomberry tries to go for the 5-hole. But as we've seen a lot this evening, Chuptuck turns it aside. Don't know if we got shot totals, Matt, for that period. I know, actually we did 32-5.
Boy.
I have a hard time. I think it was more than 5 that period. 32 seems accurate though, but
right.
It was a lot to a little. I think that's an easy way to put it. There's a shot from the wrong side of the floor, turned aside by Belanger. Lyndon Cups not able to convert. He's had a few chances of his own. Slow transition break into the stick of the MVP of Ontario Senior B Lacrosse. That's Thunderhill in his first season with the Rivermen. Back over to the far side. Greg Elijah Brown behind the back. Inside feed. That's denied by Chuptuck. Ross Hill not able to get his second tuck of the game as off comes Saskatchewan and running. And that's Matthias Stadlinger. He tries to find Shanks. He's going to get him. Shanks, ball on the far side. Pump fake. Waits. Inside roll. Takes it to the net. He tries to put that one short side, and it's turned aside. Loose ball picked up. Six Nations with possession. That's Christopher Courtney. He gets it over to Dox Tater. Dox Tater from the wrong side. Official's going to say that one goes wide. A little conversation between the two officials. I think trail official Matt McNaught might have said that did go off the till. And it is going to stay with Six Nations. So they're going to have an extended possession now. Those money possessions. See if Six Nations can cash in. Fake from Anderson. Anderson playing catch with Brown. Quick feed. Danton Miller. That one just goes wide. Back into the stick of one of the hottest sticks at the Prezzies. And that's going to not be backing in. Long bomb pass. Oh, great grab. Saskatchewan. Bryce Duick throws a chance on there. I think he felt the pressure of the Rivermen. Kind of forced that shot. As the Rivermen just going to slow break here with the stick of Bomberry. Bomberry far side to Brown. That one trickles almost all the way through. As we're getting a little gamesmanship here as Saskatchewan throwing the cherry picker there. Austin Bloomberg not able to pick up that loose ball. Loose ball battle continues. Ty Logan going to pick that up. One of the many standouts. A little hidden ball trick there, I think. Or maybe Saskatchewan just not aware where the ball was on the floor. Skip feed goes well wide. Ball now down on the turf. Rivermen pick up another loose ball. Still fighting for it now. One hand on the stick. Aiden Farron, little lob pass, and here come the Rivermen. Brooker Muir looking for options. He finds a good one in Thunder Hill. Loose ball picked up. Hill has it again. Quick stick turned aside. Great save.
That is a great save by Chop Tuck going cross crease right to left.
And that one just goes well wide. Oh, uncharacteristic miss there by Logan, but he gets a second chance with that loose ball.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a sloppy start here for Six Nations a couple of times. Seeing plays like that, and that's not going to make the coaching staff happy. Again, their eyes are not on this game, probably on tomorrow, and want to make sure everybody's in the right mindset getting into what's going to be a tough one. As we said, take your pick.
Yep. As Thunder Hill misses that pass, but he corrals it off the wall. Six Nations looking for goal number 9. A little give and go, 2-man game. Greg Elijah Brown turned aside once again. As this is kind of how the first period opened up, Matt. Chop Tuck, a little bit of a hot starter.
Well, it opens up too because this defensive line has been out there for a long time, and they continue to be stuck on the floor because Saskatchewan can't get the ball back. And then when they do get it, it's in transition, and it leads to something like that for Thunder Hill from the outside.
Yeah, Thunder Hill continues his great game. That's goal number 3. As off the top, he was our player to watch, and it's because of great releases like this one.
I want to go back and watch the games from the tournament if I ever get 5 minutes to breathe here at the Prezi.
You're not going to.
But, okay. Well, then maybe after the tournament, I'll go back and watch them. I'm pretty good at picking players to watch. The number of times they've got player of the game.
Yep.
I mean, there's been a few 0-1s, but beyond that, we've had a pretty good record.
The JVI Sports Network crew knows ball, I guess. Saskatchewan gets a possession off the face-off. Going to start here with Shanks. Shanks pumps. Far side now. Back up to Shanks. Shanks looking down low. LaForme waiting, looking. Crease crank to the side there. As Vincent Cree picks up that loose ball. Gets it over to Friedel. The Czechia national member. Shot from the captain goes and turned aside. He's trying to pick up his own loose ball. As Lyndon Cupp's not able to come up with it, but Six Nations does. Bloombergs finds a streaking Haywires. Even if he did bury that foot down in the crease, Saskatchewan going to get a possession here. Unfortunate, though, for, I mean, most of these guys are going to come back out on the floor. Not much time to catch a break as try the hidden ball trick, goes back into the stick of Austin Shanks. Had himself unbelievable NLL playoffs, but especially in that finals as his Rush team in the finals just came up short. And we're getting a delayed penalty here, Matt. Shanks shot goes off the pipe and off the back of Belanger.
Shanks almost sneaks his way into this offensive set as all the movement was on the left side. Comes on a delayed play. We'll get the high stick through the middle, I think. And then
that's
Shanks notices it, cuts through, and again, trying to find him in open space and give him the best chance to be Austin Shanks. I think is the goal here for Saskatchewan.
They're going to have Shanks on that far shooter. Gets that up to Friedel. Back to Shanks. Little wheel play. Shanks shot and scores. Saskatchewan Rush. Saskatchewan Roadrunners. Whitby Warriors. Doesn't matter what jersey this guy's got on. He wakes up in the morning, puts his pants on, and scores goals.
And now Saskatchewan, 2 goals on the board, both of them coming on the man advantage. As Friedel scored earlier, and this is just straight down Main Street from Austin Shanks. Like you said, who's been doing it, scored a lot of goals just like that here in this building as a member of the Warriors, coming up through some of those great teams they had in the, early 2010s.
And I don't know if a lot of people know this about Austin Shanks. He uses a bent shaft. And
on purpose?
On purpose, yes.
Okay.
As we'll get to that in a second, as that shot is turned aside from Bloomberg's. He uses a bent shaft, and it almost acts like an extra torque when he shoots. That's why when he just pushes that ball, like this right here, it adds that a little more velocity, and it's really difficult for the goalie to see.
That would have been great if he demonstrated it right on time, wouldn't it?
It would have been nice, Shanks. You couldn't bury that for us, could you? But, yeah, he's got one of the most deceptive shots in the game. Belanger, big stop, and I will say this is difficult for a goalie when you're not facing a lot of rubber. Transition opportunity goes the other way, turned aside. Kessler Doolittle can't bury there, but this is difficult for goaltenders, Matt.
Sure.
When you're not facing a ton of rubber, I think there are a lot of goalies that would much rather see a ton of chances and a ton of shots.
Well, it keeps the mind active, it keeps the eyes focused, it keeps the body warm, all of those things. And you'll see goaltenders who will visualize and they'll go through motions while the play is down on the other end of the floor. I know Matt Vince, a goaltender, is very busy when the ball's not coming towards him, and then less busy when it does come towards him.
That's very true. Goaltending is a mental grind, to say the least. Saskatchewan going to get a ball here off of the over and back. Brookermere's shot was so strong off the boards. Went all the way down to the other end. Shanks. Directing traffic. Fake sealed. Oh, nice opportunity there. That's Maxwell Brining, and we're going to get a delayed penalty here. Saskatchewan skip feed. Friedel unable to connect with his teammate. But you can tell Austin Shanks here. And this is one great thing about Shanks. He's showing up here, not just coming here, showing up to the rink and going home. You can tell he's doing a lot of coaching out there as well. And oof. That is certainly high, Christopher.
I think there's a case to be made for a 5 here. The officials did talk about it. They're going to go 2, which I don't dislike. But, Austin Shanks, as you said, a guy who I think understands the assignment, because we've seen him win this tournament even a couple years ago, right? He was on that Ladner stacked team.
I believe he was the MVP of the tournament.
And was absolutely lights out all week long. Now kind of on the other edge, on the other side of the coin, but in a spot where, coach, help, and programs like Saskatchewan and others, they need those players who have that experience, who can then pass it on. And we're talking about growing an entire province here that Austin Shanks is going to do just by playing with this team.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it's a great opportunity for some of these players to have that opportunity and experience with a guy like Austin Shanks.
And that's why when I start to see the chat blow up about why is this team here or why is this team not here or whatever. That's not good.
That's a healthy slash to the top of the knee. Can't quite see the jersey number there. I think it's Matthias Stadlinger.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It is Stadlinger. Is Brookermere. You can tell shakes his head. I don't think he was looking for flesh here, just trying to make a play for that loose ball. Misses completely.
Yep.
Wraps around the knee.
But, to continue that point, I used to hear the same argument about Alberta playing in the Minto Cup, right?
Yeah, great point.
And you look at Edmonton came in, won this tournament 3 straight years. Well, that conversation was happening. And then a guy like John Lintz takes over the program. They make the semifinal. They make the final of the Minto in 2022.
Yep.
And nobody's having that conversation anymore. So I think there is growth, and it starts with having teams in this tournament and facing better competition and having guys like an Austin Shanks come in and help teach and help grow.
Yeah, they need that experience. Haywires goes in and goes absolutely haywire. Dances through the defense and one. Buries.
He's had a tough go the last, 5+ years or so, Hairwires has, with injuries and so on. But now that he's healthy, it just kind of reminds everybody exactly what he can do. And a tremendously talented lacrosse player who kind of gets forgot about because he was off the floor for so long. Good to see him back on and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, let's not forget 9th overall pick back in 2016 for Colorado. Played 6 years in the NLL. A standout at Loyola, Maryland. Certainly wonder what could have been if he didn't get into some injury problems.
Well, and how many stories
are
there like that? And those guys end up showing up here in the President's Cup or Senior B somewhere. And you go, oh yeah, you are fantastic. I forgot.
Well, I mean, I think the emergence of Ty Belanger this year.
Yes.
I mean, Jake and I were talking about it last night. If I'm a GM, I'm picking up my phone and giving Ty Belanger a call. As the quick stick attempt is turned aside, first penalty killed off. Brooker Muir still sitting in the box as an underhand shot's blocked by Austin Bloomberg. 3 seconds left on the clock. They get a chance and scores on the power play. Stepan Friedel gets his second of the game on the man advantage.
And this one's going to come on a second chance, second opportunity play. First shot going to come from Cups, and then the rebound bounces out. There's actually 2 Saskatchewan players that can go after it. Friedel, the one that it kind of falls to him. Second power play goal of the game for him. 3 for 4 now, Saskatchewan on the power play. And the one they didn't score on was the start of that 5-on-3.
Right. And looks like we get a goaltending change. As
Elin Henhock?
Is that Elin Henhock? I believe that's, yes it is. Looks like that's number 33 in net. According to our game sheet, as Shanks tries to cut to the middle. As Jake Kranz, another veteran, in transition, off the bench, Thunderhill, make it 4.
Oh, yeah, and he's fast. Everything else we've talked about, Thunderhill, he's got speed to burn, he's got shot, he's got ability to get himself open. Undersized player that plays tougher than perhaps he looks. I mean, it is an open floor look, and it is on the run, but my, oh my, next year's draft, I know there's a lot of talent in next year's draft, 2026. Put Thunderhill on that list.
Yeah, the next 2 drafts, and not to say anything about 2025, it will be a great draft in a couple of weeks here, but 26 and 27, I mean, generational certainly comes up. 27 might be the greatest draft class I think we've ever seen. I know it's hard to say when the players haven't even played, but just the amount of talent that you have there. As Danton Miller shovels a shot there, turned aside. Saskatchewan with numbers, but they're going to slow things down here. Probably the right decision. You mentioned the 26th draft, though. Thunderhill's there. David Anderson also in that draft. Joey Spallina also in this tournament in that draft class. I mean, I've seen some NLL GMs and scouts around here as the backhand pass is turned aside and transition comes the other way. Kranz slowing things down, finds Thunderhill. Shot. That goes off the pipe. As loose ball battle ensues. Thunderhill back again, fake. And another great stop there from Choptik. Brooker Muir Putting pressure on, forces the turnover. That's an 8-second violation. 6:17 to go. Six Nations Rivermen, the Ontario runner-up, up 11-3. Make it. Nope. Crease once again. Zach Haywires can't believe it. That's probably the second or third chance that's been turned aside for him for a crease call. Shanks goes over to the far side. He looks to set a hard seal. Tries to free up space. He's going to do so, crashing and banging. Far side. Ooh, that's a great worm burner from distance. Vincent Cree gets his first goal of the game.
We're going to have to investigate this because they asked for the ball. It may be his first in some other capacity as well. And you're right. At first, you know, I was kind of looking over there, didn't see it. I just assumed it was Austin Shanks shooting that ball. But Vincent Cree scores the first non-power play marker for Saskatchewan here in the game.
Great point, and there goes those small victories. Now you get a 5-on-5 goal. Your power play has been clicking. 4 goals now. As Saskatchewan does a good job breaking that pass up, transitioning the other way. Skip feed in the middle. Shanks turned aside. Over and back. Violation. So Saskatchewan going to stay with it now. Look to try to get this game within 6. Check National. Friedel, inside feed to Shanks. Those two are starting to get some chemistry across the floor. Shanks fights through a hard check. Uses a screen. As Shanks looking to get a call there. Kranz maybe gets away with one as Friedel takes a shot on net. Looking to pick up that loose ball. And who else but Brooker Muir off to the races. Gets that far side. Will we get it?
Patty.
Oh! The tournament has not begun.
No.
No Woody goal as Mason Hill turned aside. Friedel.
Glenn Healy's bagpipes have nothing on a Woody goal.
Which that was awesome. I know I wasn't here.
1,000%.
Was watching at home as Tyler Brown on his wrong side. Waits over to Ty Logan. Named Defender of the Year. Saskatchewan now 2-on-2 opportunity. Takes it to the net, and we're going to get a call here. As Dockstader gets a little too much, a little bit of a piece of his opponent, so he's going to sit down for 2 or less. We're going to get a water break here, Matt.
Yeah, the last trip down the floor, Saskatchewan bench thought there should have been at least 1, if not 2 penalties called that weren't, so one will go back again. I'm stopping short of pointing out that they haven't given up a power play yet in this game because Saskatchewan will hate me. I'll never be allowed in the province if things turn ugly after that, but 3 for 4 on the power play now, Saskatchewan, and this will give them another opportunity. And part of the water break here, Elon Henhock, I think, had an issue with his mask. He comes into the game cold. Did play in the Snake Island game, I believe it was, the other day. And was pretty good in that 12-9 loss. But to have Snake Island on your first day of the tournament, you know, I didn't think the Rivermen played to their top potential after seeing them the times I did this summer. But at the same time, I mean, you come out with a team that they were the betting favorite, I know, coming in, and probably the favorite on paper too. But you know, just a hard matchup for Six Nations early. But then you start chasing the tournament after that, especially, you know, the team with a goal. Their goal is championship here, right?
It's championship or bust. And I think it's really championship or bust when you consider this Rivermen team a gold in 2019, a silver in 2017, 2014, and a bronze most recently in 2022. I mean, you could almost set your calendar that Six Nations will be at the Prezi,
right,
and that they're going to be competing
yeah,
for a medal here.
Well, add into that the fact that last year did not even make the medal games, period.
Yeah.
Lost, 0.9 seconds. Was it Kluche that knocked them out on Allegheny's way to bronze? But I think they've got a little chip on their shoulder coming in here and really want to make a good performance.
A little hidden ball trick between Shanks. Shot goes wide and landed. Cubs not able to fool anyone as we're going to get an over and back possession. We'll start here with Six Nations. Just under 5 minutes to go. Doolittle over to Anderson. Been a pretty quiet afternoon for Anderson, all things considered, for his game. Miller winds up, shot. Door shut once again by Chuptuck. Anderson, twister. Austin Shanks now off to the races. Shanks waiting, looking, inside feed. Big stop there from Henhock. Brooker Hill off the bench. Skipper picks up his own rebound. Going to get a fresh clock, going to try to chew up as much clock as possible, maybe draw a penalty. As Aiden Fern goes in there for support. I think Six Nation just pleased to chew up as much clock as possible here.
And Stadlinger on the shot, I thought, had an opportunity to go after the ball. Thunderhill did pick it up and then caused that stalemate over and right at the shot clock. Hill gets taken down and is going to gain another 30 here.
Yeah, they're going to be able to chew up all of this time, about 2 seconds. A difference between the clock and the game clock. Sorry, the shot clock and the game clock. Starting to see some of the Brooklyn Merchants in the corner of the arena. They're getting ready for their game tonight. Thunderhill toe drag. Wait.
No way.
Oh, my goodness. This kid is something special, Matt.
I don't know what to say. How do you break this down? Like, you saw it coming, and you knew exactly when he got the ball. This is after killing 30 seconds, having 3 Saskatchewan defenders lean on him on the far side, waits for the screen, draws it through 2 defenders, sheds a guy, couple tap dances, stay out of the crease, bring the goalie over through the Golden Arches, and my goodness, Thunderhill, 5, excuse me.
One-handed toe drag would only be fitting at Iroquois Park, where Mark Matthews mastered that move.
I'm now accepting bribes from all players in the tournament to pick them as player to watch.
2-man game, almost to perfection. Greg Elijah Brown finds Davin Bomberry. He's not able to convert. Looks like we've got a lot of the Bomberry friends and family in the chat. A lot of Go Davin chants in the chat. Of course, let us know where you're watching from. Predictions for the tournament. Good friendly banter, whatever it may be. Appreciate you tuning here on the JVI Sports Network. Kessler Doolittle looking to break through here. That's a defender, but that is front door hands and front door finish.
Kind of surprised Doolittle not playing with the Woody as he normally does. They take that ball out of play for Kessler Doolittle, who doesn't score very often, as you said, and normally, and at one time was a fierce defender when he was coming up through the arrow system. But just, I don't know, never really quite able to break past that second barrier for Doolittle, but tournament like this and in a league like Senior B almost fits his game perfectly to a T.
Yeah, we see that so often, Matt, as we'll get another chance. As Thunderhill and Brooker Muir were looking to connect. As a transition chance is turned aside, Six Nations have other plans for it. As Ross Hill gets this over to Thunderhill. Over to Haywires. Back over to the far side with Ross Hill. Ross Hill sweeps the top, takes the shot. Chuptuck makes that casual look casual, I should say.
Well, I don't think, Patty, it's just, the speed difference between junior and the pros. We always talk about how different that is, but when you think about these two teams between, what's played in Ontario, what's played in Saskatchewan,
Yep.
Yes, they are different brands and styles and speeds of lacrosse, and that's why, if Saskatchewan never sees it, they never know what it's like. They'll never make that next step. But again, by being here, they get to experience it. They get to, okay, this is where we want to be. This is how we work on getting there.
Yeah, you don't know what the level of play is until you experience it.
Right.
And it's obvious, and it hurts. There's going to be a lot of pain, physically, mentally, figuratively. But those growing pains are going to allow you to excel at the next level. And you talk about, growing the game in Saskatchewan. As we get almost another dunk attempt, Doolittle looking for more.
He's hot right now.
He's got the hot stick right now as Doolittle full floor feed. We almost had another beauty there as Cody Laforme just ran out of gas. Thunder Hill, take a sip of your beverage every time Thunder Hill starts a possession for the Rivermen. As possession going to stay here. I believe Doolittle back in won a Minto Cup back in that 2014 team, which was just an absolute wagon.
Everybody from Six Nations won. Minto's founders, they were sweeping everything back then.
Yeah, and a lot of those players on this roster, and we get a transition opportunity the other way, and another big stop by Chuptuck, but here comes the tired legs of Saskatchewan. They're unable to pick up this loose ball as Courtney just peppers that shot on goal. And that's all we'll have for 40 minutes of play. Six Nations Rivermen hold a 13-4 lead over the Saskatchewan Roadrunners. Take a quick break. Watch our sponsors. Listen to our ad reads. And of course, come back for third period action. Myself, Matt Carrick, will bring this one home.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey, and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again. Turn your scrap into cash at Langille's Metal Recycle in Port Perry. We pay top dollar when you bring your metal to our yard. With a strong focus on safety and environmentally responsible recycling, you can trust Langille's to handle your scrap the right way. Fast, fair, and local, Langille's Metal Recycling in Port Perry. For more information, please visit www.lmr.ca. Thank you to game day sponsor Eco Airflow, who has been providing indoor air quality solutions to customers for over 15 years. Better air can be found at ecoairflow.com and see how the science of filtration can improve the air in your home.
Welcome back to Whitby, Ontario, inside Iroquois Park Sports Centre, as it is day number 3, game number 3, period number 3. But before we get to that, we got a lot of highlights from a pretty wild and action-packed second period, Matt.
That's a lot of threes, including 3 in the period from Saskatchewan, who end up 3 for 5 on their power play there. Zach Haywires, though, reminding us he can still play lacrosse pretty good. Finally, an offensive rebound here for Friedel, and Saskatchewan ends up in the back of the net. Thunderhill, I mean, this is his world. We're just living in it at this point right now. And different guys for me for the Rivermen. This was the one that was just absolutely stupid.
Nuts.
He's got 5 goals on the day, does Thunderhill. Kessler Doolittle, shout out the defenders coming down in transition as well. But, Patty, the point I wanted to make here, I mean, we're within 10 after 2 periods. If you're Saskatchewan, I mean, that's a win. You told me that coming in after what we saw on opening day in game number 2, that this game would be within 10 goals. You know, I'd have your pass revoked, wristband cut off, getting you hauled out of the beer garden. Do not pass go, do not pass $200. But 13-4. Actually, I think if you're Saskatchewan, got to be pretty happy with that.
I think you sign off that as well. Let's not forget, I believe the high mark for them in an entire game is 5 goals. They got that last game. They're looking to get more than that. They're looking to close this gap a little more. But let's make no mistake, Six Nations going to play respectful here, not show up their opponent. But I think we're waiting for some officials here.
Delay a game?
Delay a game on the officials.
Anyone got Andrew Ecclestone on speed dial?
As we're waiting for the officials. This
is
might be a first. Expect the unexpected when you're dealing with the President's Cup.
Weren't they late to the building? Was it the Founders in Akwesasne? Were you out with us?
Yes, it was.
For that one?
And I think that was Andrew Ecclestone.
It was that.
And here they are getting the Bronx cheer.
Sansy's got a sheepish grin. I'm not sure what was going on in the room, but a story to be learned, I think. What were we talking about off camera, Patty? It's the Prezi.
It's the Prezi. When in doubt, it's the Prezi. And we'll get underway. I don't know if that one's on the bingo card.
Not on my main one.
Maybe a side bet.
I'm one of those guys that picks up 4 just to be safe, but
cash the tickets for the officials to be the last ones on the floor, if you got them. Haywires to the far side. That goes off the window. David Anderson not able to pick that one up. And Davin Bomberry with a hard ride forecheck. Maybe a bit too hard as he sends his man down to the carpet. Matthias Stadlinger. He's had a tough go. Hacks, whacks. Jake said it. We were talking about it, though. If you are not icing bumps and bruises, you're not doing the Prezi right.
Went down to get rosters between games. There are 4 massage tables down in the hallway.
Yeah. A unique setup as we...
And there wasn't one to be had either.
No.
They were full after that Allegheny game.
And like clockwork, Brooker Muir over to Dockstader as he just goes wide. But Brooker Muir first to the loose ball. We don't track loose balls here at the Prezi, but he's got a boatload here. Just this game alone.
I was almost about to say, like, Thunderhill's got 5 goals. Give me 52 for player of the game.
Yeah, I would sign off on that. Let's be honest. If Six Nations going to make a deep run and win some games coming up in the next couple of days, I think
Thunderhill's got plenty of time to get plenty of hardware. It's going to happen. Give me Brooker Muir today.
I co-sign off of that. As Tyler Brown having himself a great tournament. Gets it over to the far side. He's going to get the ball back into the paws of Danton Miller. Down low, Dockstader. Back far side. Back to Dockstader. Swing and a miss. That goes wide. Still 15 seconds left on the clock. No panic here in Miller. Tries to go for the dunk play. Looks like we're going to get a off-ball slash behind the back. Inside, and that ball movement too good. As Choptuck lost track of it, Greg Elijah Brown did not, and his draft stock continues to go up.
I think you said it right, that Choptuck just loses sight of this ball, going back and forth behind his net. Extra attacker out there. And there's going to be too much room in the 5-hole. You'll see the stick just not set after. Doesn't keep it on the ground as he's moving. He does get reset and puts it down. But you can see it's kind of up, and there's too much space in between the legs there, even with that big Woody Summer stick that Jake Elliott is such a fan of.
Don't get him started. I have a feeling he's probably watching wherever he is. I know he had to make a trip to the airport, which I know he hasn't spent a lot of time on that 401 like we were talking about, but good luck. Good thing he's not doing the nightcap, or I don't think we'd be seeing him here.
It wouldn't be the ref's last one on the floor at that point, let me tell you.
Davin Bomberry picks up that loose ball. Starts a new possession here into the stick of Thunder Hill. Thunder Hill slashes, dashes. And that one was destined for the far corner. Bomberry, another loose ball pickup. Been a big fan of his game this week. Does all the little things, picks up all the loose balls. Maybe doesn't put up the numbers that some of the other guys do, but he's an integral piece of this offense. As Haywires tries to feed that to the middle.
I think that went off Thunder Hill's helmet.
I think you're right. But Six Nations going to stick with it here. David Anderson, no-look feed. Haywire's backdoor cut. One hand on the stick, goes off the bar and out. Bar Canada. No Mexico on that finish.
You would think the taller Haywires would be able to do that better than Thunder Hill. Trying his best number 28 impression. You talk about Davin Bomberry, a guy that doesn't show up on the score sheet a lot. He might get one or two because, I mean, he's got a wicked outside rip as well, but definitely notice him when you're down on the floor playing, and the offensive guys who do put up the big numbers notice him as well because he's usually the guy that's creating space.
Oh, that shot just goes off the inside bar as we'll get a reset here for Saskatchewan. Shank's going to start this possession off from the top. Little chemistry cross floor building between those two sticks. Friedel gets it over the far side. Cree looking for his second. Ty Logan lob pass. Jay Kranz fake, take, runs out of space. Crease violation as it's a long bomb pass into the stick of Shanks. And no hold call. Thought that might come. And back and forth we go. Ty Logan not able to hold on to that loose ball, but no black shirts around. So he's going to just slow this thing down.
Jake Kranz, another guy in the Brooker Muir stable who's been around this senior game long enough. Oof. Still upset that he's cut his hair that he used to rock back in the Wallaceburg days, but
Ty Brown fakes, waits, takes, as this is a fortuitous bounce for Austin Shanks. Too many men call as that one's put aside. Brooker Muir a little too early on that one as the gate opens up. And it's going to be too many men, says Jeremy McNaught. So
I laugh because I don't think we're going to get a replay of it, but sure. Austin Shanks, you could tell, was tired at the end of that possession, and as the ball bounced back to him, realized he was the only guy back, and you could see the head on, oh no, now I have to play this ball, and now I have to go back and run again. And oh no, now we're going to the power play, and I still have to stay on the floor.
And yes, I'm going to say potent power play for Saskatchewan. Going to get to work there as that chance goes wide. Cody Laforme unable to tickle Twine. Shanks going to pick up this loose ball. They got numbers. Shanks to Laforme. Laforme again unable not only just to find the net, but goes wide once again. As Six Nations gets it over Haywires, flip feed, shot, scores. Ross Hill, his second of the game. Shorthanded marker for the Rivermen.
I want to credit Ty Logan first for stepping up into the hands of the Saskatchewan shooter, and I think that's what forced that to go wide, or at least forced the not full follow-through. And then Haywires looks like he's going to do all the dirty work down in the crease, passes it back. Yeah, the awareness that Hill is coming, that whole entire play, we're looking right at the number. So I don't know if he's looking at a reflection in the window or heard a call or something, but somehow picks up Hill coming into the play when nobody else did.
Headsy play from a headsy player, Matthew Carrick. Speaking of headsy players, Dan Miller with the ball now, gets it down low to Thunder Hill. Skip pass.
Too many.
It's going to be too many men.
That goal coming shorthanded. Rivermen still with a guy in the box. Went and put 5 out for the faceoff.
Yep. And here are some of the mental mistakes, and it doesn't just happen with the players, too. It's also the coaching staff has to be dialed. Guys working the gate. Everyone. This is where those bad habits start to develop, Matt. And I think if you're Six Nations and the coaching staff, you know, Wade Thompson, Tim Bomberry, and Wayne Hill, you're going to probably try to lock it in here, kill this penalty off if you can, and, again, get back to business and not allow some of these bad habits to start creeping in. You got to get ready for tomorrow's game.
Look, we're in the third period. It is 11 goals now. Put it back to 10. I'll finish that thought later.
London Cups. He's been begging for a goal. A pocket full of change, and finally buries that one. Bar Mexico. It's a nice goal from the captain.
He really is, and you said it. He's been around it offensively today, just hasn't come up with the shot. And this isn't one where he, like, takes the big run-up and the big high step or anything else, just lets the arms and wrists do the work and gets the finish he's been looking for all game. That's a great shot.
And they keep it within that 10 spot now. Tie their tournament high for goals for with 5. Doxtator cuts to the middle. Fights off a hard check.
Is that a power play? That was a power play goal.
It was. 2-man advantage. The power play stays hot for Saskatchewan.
4 of their 5 on the man advantage tonight.
They got to get that over 8 seconds. Shanks not able to corral that ball. So Six Nations going to try to chew up as much as they can. They'll have about 25 seconds, still about a minute to go in the second too-many-men penalty. Thunder Hill. He's been cooking 7 points here tonight. Over to Brown. Brown's going to sweep the top. Bounce pass over to Anderson. Another bounce pass. Thunder Hill can't hold on to that. Bobbling it is Six Nations. So Saskatchewan going to start with possession. And who else but in the stick of Austin Shanks. Shanks going to play that shooter. Drags. Fake. Takes. Scores. Oh. Maxwell Brining. This power play for Saskatchewan can't be stopped. And it's a tournament high of 6 goals.
Special teams, I guess, have been worked on with this Saskatchewan team. As they now have 5 of their 6 on the power play tonight. And that's just a good rip from the outside.
Aiden Firm gets that over to Bomberry, but he's turned aside. As that just slowly goes into the stick of Austin Shanks.
Pass was about as slow as that webpage is loading on your phone right now.
I'm trying to get this up because I'm being told that Cody LaForme, former Scarborough Saint Junior B player, have to do a little more intel on that. But a 30-second clock kill here for the Rivermen. They'll look to get this lead back up to 10.
So I am hearing a lot more chatter on the bench right now, a lot more cheering for like nice passes and loose balls and things like that. Look, this is a 9-goal game. We're getting down to the back half of this third period. It's easy to kind of zone out and let time tick away. It's easy to, I was going to say throw the ball away, which looks bad when that happens, but we've been talking about bad habits all game. It's easy to let those things creep in. Hair wires, nearly. But that's how you stay engaged and keep yourself motivated and keep yourself pumped up and turn to the guy next to you and good shift and all those types of little things that keep your brain active in a game like this.
Anderson with a shot that's turned aside. Absolutely, partner.
On day 3 when you're already gassed.
Yeah, there as that one's turned aside. Turnover. Anderson flip feed to Hill. Hill tries to go low to high. Oof. Heavy whack, no call there. Off to the races is Saskatchewan from his wrong side. Justin Hoffman with his best chance of the game. And here comes Dockstader in transition. Shot turned aside once again from Choptuck. I didn't get a reload on the shots here, Matt, as we...
At intermission, it was 27-12 in the second, making it 59-17 through 2.
I mean, we were talking about player of the games for both sides. I know he's given up 15. But Choptuck, I think you could make a case for how many saves.
36 saves through 2 periods.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, that hundo we heard in the chat, not far off.
Not far off at all. Stepan Friedel, a goal and 2 assists. Austin Shanks. I believe they've actually credited Friedel with only the 1 goal, where it should be the 2. Shanks.
Oh, what a shame.
Has a goal and an assist, that should be. But nonetheless, still 3 points and 2 points for each of them.
So I haven't seen Saskatchewan from this seat yet here in the tournament.
Nor have I.
Choptuck's first game, yes?
Great question. Probably should know that. Have to check the game notes.
Oh, boy. Have to reload the page, do we?
Yeah, and this could be a while.
I know Jim Magnay has played in the tournament.
Yes, he did. So he did play, looks like 20 minutes against Snake Island. Apologies, should know that. But he did play.
We're awesome at our jobs.
Yeah, I know. And that one's turned aside as that man right there in his crease, he's been good at his job all afternoon. Another big stop. I know you could say, 15 goals against, but he has faced a ton of rubber in a ton of high-scoring areas.
Look, 15 goals against in a lacrosse game is not a lot of goals. And then when you add in 60 shots after 2, like on pace for 90, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's crazy as Ty Logan looks to join the goal-scoring party. He's going to stay in play. Thunderhill waiting, slowing the pace down. Skip feed over to Elijah Brown. The Syracuse product turns that ball over and off to the races. Here comes Saskatchewan. Running out of trouble. As I say in trouble, Stadlinger turns that ball over. Kessler Doolittle going to take this to the net. Decides not to. Probably the smart play. Gets it over to Danton Miller. Miller over to the far side. David Anderson. Skip shot. Not going to beat Chuptuck. David Anderson, the grandson of the legendary Gaylord Palace. And making a legend of himself, Thunderhill. Another goal here at the President's Cup.
I think just the second sock trick we've seen here this week, and the other one came from his teammate, the aforementioned Anderson. As Hill just going to do it from this side again. And I mean, it's hard to tell from that angle. Choptuck definitely didn't look ready or set, whether he didn't see it over the defender or just a deceptive shot. But there's something about the way Thunderhill shoots that goaltenders this tournament, junior, senior, doesn't matter, just have a very hard time getting in front of.
Deceptive shots is an art for him, and Thunderhill has been Picasso, not just this year.
By the way, I'm not standing in front of one to figure out what it is either.
No, absolutely not. Brown behind the back feed. Nice one-handed pickup. And a little behind the back sauce to boot, but David Anderson says, no, we're going to take this ball back as Brown's going to start this offensive possession. Over to Bomberry. Bomberry can't hold on to that as it goes back into the crease for Saskatchewan. Transition goes the other way. Brining fakes a flip feed, takes a shot from the outside as that one's turned aside. Full floor feed. Thunderhill unable to get what, his 6th, 7th goal?
That would have been 7. He's got enough.
Didn't see any socks hit the turf after his 6th goal. Shanks, far side. Great job by Doolittle to jump up to knock down that ball. As a loose ball battle continues, and Bloombergs picks that up. Long bomb feed to Doolittle. And they're just going to slow this thing down. Get their offensive counterparts out there.
Does Austin Shanks leave the floor?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And he's leading the charge here talking on defense. As he's down low. Brown. Oh my goodness. A seeing eye shot from Brown, the facilitator. Says, I'm going to do this myself and unload a beauty.
It's the annual tradition of Tyler Brown having a good game at the Prezi. Second goal here, backing up over the shoulder of the defender. And you can't even see the corner from that camera angle, but must have been there because the ball finds it. That is just absolutely perfectly placed from Tyler Brown.
There's not too many people that love the game more than Tyler Brown. I'm going to use this term, and it is endearing, a lax rat. Lives, eats, breathes the game of lacrosse, coaches, gives back to the game. Not just a great player, but a great ambassador of the game for sure.
Now, I should probably fact check before I say it, but I believe he played Senior C a few years ago just to play.
Oh, Elijah Brown. I know he has found the back of the net a couple of times here today, at least once. But he has had a ton of chances. That's at least his 2nd time clinging the iron. As he'll start this possession off, gets it down to Anderson. Anderson to Bomberry. Bomberry. Haywires. Behind the back feed. Thunderhill can't hold on to that. He does. Dunk attempt. No good. Just under 7 minutes to go. Oh, that one's a turnover there as Haywires unloads, uncourts a shot. Well, 2-on-2 opportunity here. Friedel, the Czechia national player.
Shoptuk saw his life flash before his eyes there on that Haywire shot. Goodness.
Spot up shot indeed. Cree. Shovel feed, cross forward to Friedel. Friedel loses the handle. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They need something here. Cree, another low-to-low shot. Loose ball picked up by Blumbergs. Blumbergs, a human clear by himself. Rivermen got number over to Bomberry. Scores! All the hard work, the grit, the grind for Davin Bomberry finally pays off with his first goal of the game.
Well, we've kind of said it all game long, right? He's good for about 1 or 2 per game while everybody else around him is getting all the hardware and accolades that come with scoring 5 or 6. The gritty guy, and you could hear the sticks come out when Davin Bomberry scores because especially the offensive guys appreciate what they do for him. And again, he proves that he can tuck as well.
Brother of Brendan Bomberry. I know he was excited to watch some Prezi ball this week. I know he's got his hands full next week as the Six Nations Chiefs are headed out west.
Why would happen?
Off to win their, what it seems like, trillionth man cup
Speaking
in
of
a row.
annual traditions, goodness.
But I know New West Salmon Bellies will have something to
100%.
say about that, led by Mitch Jones. Quite the team and squad they have there, the WLA champions. Looking to break that streak as Streaking is Doxtator on the run. Over to Kranz. Kranz skip back to Doxtator, and he's going to slow things down, let his offense come back down onto the floor. Kranz going to stay in play. Doxtator shifts, spin move, another one. One hand on the stick, skip feed to the crease.
Oh.
And Jacob Kranz can't buy that one. Great stop by Chop Tuck.
We saw him go right to left earlier in that second period, down to our left. Now he goes left to right, back to take a quick stick away.
Shank's going to sweep the top. Little two-man game. Scarborough St. Legend. Cody Laforme unable to take that one to the net. 6 seconds left on the clock. Six Nations happy to just let this one expire. Doxtator throws a ball up to Ty Logan. Ty Logan's got numbers. Kranz didn't score before on the quick stick, but he'll take this breakaway marker.
And look at Austin Shanks. He was the lone guy back against four Rivermen. Goes straight to the goalie, tap on the helmet, arm around him. The four guys back. And again, I don't know if this is just a team that's tired and they are going to call timeout here, but the four guys just hardly able to make it to the bench coming back off the offensive side there. It'll be interesting to see who controls this conversation, either the coaching staff or Austin Shanks.
I think it might be a little bit of both. As to be quite honest, this isn't a timeout to calm the troops down or chalk something up or give a rally cry. This is just a tired group looking for a little bit of a break, Matt.
Yeah, so this will probably seal up Pool B right now with Six Nations expected to win here, up 19-6 in the third. That'll give them a 2-1 record. Edmonton 1-2. They lost earlier today. Snake Island 3-0. Saskatchewan 0-3. On the other side of the bracket, Allegheny at 2-1. Brooklyn can go 3-0 tonight, and if that happens, it'll be Allegheny, Edmonton, Six Nations, and Ladner tomorrow. Those would be the two crossovers of the 2-3 games. And thank goodness, no math involved. That stuff is all easy.
And I guess that's one thing that you can thank pool play is things figure out a little bit easier. I mean, we could have had some math, we could have had some equations, but we're gonna put away the calculators and bring out the sticks and just let the play on the floor do the talking and the deciding.
Well, and everybody knew coming in on Monday or Sunday, you know, they were going to get to the quarterfinal game. They were going to play for a medal at some point. Now it's just a matter of what happens tomorrow and who gets through those games.
4 minutes to go. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Haywires. Well, that one almost bounces off a Saskatchewan player into his own net, but gets lucky as that goes aside. Hard ride. Successful clear. A little bit of an unnecessary behind the back feed, but fancy nonetheless from Maxwell Brining.
Of course, Winnipeg could still give us a lot of difficulties. Not that I'm expecting that, but oh boy, would that give us a story.
It certainly would. It would probably be one of the bigger upsets we've seen in Presi's history.
Yes.
Folks here will be filing into this building very soon. Looking forward to watching their hometown Brooklyn Merchants play their final game of the round robins. Been some pretty good crowds so far, Matt, for those Merchants games. I think as the week progresses,
for sure,
the momentum's going to build, and we're going to see more people, more bums in seats. As this deadly power play of Saskatchewan's going to get to work here. Austin Shanks this time going to take the top over to the far side. Shot goes wide. Shanks going to try to track this ball down. He's not going to be able to as Brining shot.
He is making a change, though. I saw it with my own eyes. Well, in the change box. Okay, now he's on the bench.
He is human.
I was concerned there for a second.
It's not going to be a long one. I don't even know if he had enough time to get some water or Gatorade. Brush the sweat off his mustache. He's got to get back out there. He's going to come a hard pick as that shot just barely misses that far corner. Tyson Bomberry picks up the loose ball. He chugs down the floor. Rivermen got numbers. He's keeping that himself. A heavy howitzer turned aside. As transition opportunity turned down, Saskatchewan going to get back to work here. A minute to go in the power play. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the final frame. Shanks on that shooter side. Skip feed behind the back. And give it to us. It's a good goal. Stepan Friedel, hat trick. It might be the nicest one he's buried.
Yes. It is a good goal. Yes, it is a hat trick. Yes, the power play is 6 for 8 here in this game for Saskatchewan. Off the 7 they put up on the board, which is their highest of the tournament. What about the setup there from Cups? Then off the crossbar, off the back of the goalie. Not sure that everybody stays clear out the backside, but no flags here at the Prezi. It stays on the board.
Stepan Friedel, you're hearing the PA announcer saying it was his 3rd goal, so I'm not too sure if they made the change on the game sheet. Hopefully they did, because it's been a great game for Stepan Friedel. Turned aside. That dunk attempt, no good. Under 2 minutes to go. 19-7 the score in favor of the Ontario runners-up, the Rivermen. It could be the last possession here. Vincent Cree. Crease dive, scores!
Wow.
Don't let Saskatchewan get hot. 8 goals now. And they can score more than just power play markers, Matt.
Vincent Cree, 2nd of the game. Was that Cree? They take the ball out of play, but definitely the prettiest one from Saskatchewan in the tournament. Flight number 2 cleared for takeoff, as then the cutback move with the stick in midair to full Henhock. That's a beauty.
Brooke Muir thought about ripping that one through the net. He's going to elect to slow this thing down. Bomberry going to lean into his man. Goes high to low, and unfortunate bounce. As that's going to be a 20 spot now for the Rivermen. And vibes were possibly at an all-time high for Saskatchewan. And a heavy dose of President's Cup reality sinking in.
Yeah, you can kind of hear the collective groan as this one finishes up here. And nothing against the Rivermen or what they've done in this tournament or today, but yeah, just one that bounces off a body and chop touch not in position after the first shot. And Saskatchewan, I think, conceding the face-off there.
Doc Stater over to Anderson, the former Toronto Beaches standout. Sets a hard seal. Over to Aywires. Zach Aywires just looking. Backdoor cut. Anderson, tries the Beyonda. That one would have ended up on a highlight reel or two. As a tricky bounce goes the other way. Friedel looking for 4. Probably the last possession here for Saskatchewan, as it ends up in the stick of Shanks. Shanks, inside feed, Friedel takes it to the net. He gets hauled down, no call though. It's going to be back in, 24 seconds to go. Saskatchewan may be a little too late to hit double digits, but man, you can just see the improvement of this roster from just a couple of days ago, as Vincent Cree goes low to low, turned aside. Blumbergs, he wants to go to the net. He knows the right play is to pull it out as time expires. As the Rivermen end pool play at a 2-1 record after a convincing 20-8 victory over Saskatchewan. And this playoff picture, Matt, At one point, it was looking clear as mud. I'm thinking it's as clear as day.
I'm just glad that the pencil's not required to figure any of the math stuff out. Pool going to finish with Snake Island on top. Six Nations next with a 2-1 record. Edmonton 1-2. Saskatchewan 0-3. But, I mean, within 12, it is a 20 spot. It is the 12-goal gap. All of those things, definitely their best game of the tournament. Here now we wait for Brooklyn Merchants, who are 2-0. Allegheny 2-1, Ladner 1-2. They'll be probably 2-3 in the pool with Winnipeg at 0-2. And then we'll have matchups for you at the end of the evening once everything is finalized and settled.
And I know I did say relatively quiet night for David Anderson by his standards. Came into this game with 13 points, now finishes with 17, averaging 5.67 points per game.
Oh, man.
He is currently sitting second in tournament scoring, only trailing Chris Kluche of Allegheny.
Kluche has been phenomenal. Him and Chase Frazier, obviously where your eyes go to when you watch Allegheny. And for the Rivermen, mostly by committee, and today Thunderhill scores 6.
Yep.
But that just kind of shows you that the depth that the Rivermen really do have on their roster. When a guy like Anderson's second in scoring and really only had, the one here today. So I think Thunderhill player of the game and probably Friedel for me here too, Patty.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Some tough decisions indeed. Steppen Friedel. Indeed, 3 goals, 2 assists. A great performance for the righty for Saskatchewan.
So now does Austin Shanks go back to Saskatchewan and say, hey, wait a second. Wait a second. I played with this kid who was awesome. We got some but no, just for a look.
Yeah.
Not saying he's going to come and light up Saskatchewan, make the roster, or anything like that. But he can also speak to dressing room presence, things of that nature. Who knows?
And Thunderhill, no surprises there.
Shocked.
I think they had him down for 5 and 4. I had 6
for sure.
and 3. Nonetheless, 9 points. A great showing for the rookie, as those two will take a photo there. As day number 3 almost in the books here. Six Nations finish off pool play with a 20-8 victory over Saskatchewan. We've got one more game to go. It's the host Brooklyn Merchants, the Ontario champions. They'll host the Winnipeg Blizzard. That one comes up at 8 p.m., just over an hour. You can catch it all here on the JVI Sports Network. For Matt Carrick, I've been Pat Gregoire, and everyone here at the JVI Sports Network, we thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, tune in 8 o'clock. We'll have the nightcap on JVI Sports Network.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again.